She used to tell me that, baby, it's gonna be okay. Yeah, she used to tell me that, baby, it's gonna be okay. Yeah, she used to tell me that.
Yeah, what's up, brothers and sisters? Salute, current subscriber, new subscriber, anybody that view. I salute you and thank you. And may that great divine just be in our life. You know, we gonna get into that. You know, we alive and breathing. We back to conquer another day, another year, and another decade. And y'all know I love music, and the great DMX is gonna be our inspiration today. That's who's on the banner. And as we all know, this depiction on the banner here which is very beautiful, and it almost makes you tear up when one thinks how deep the brother DMX was, and many brothers like him. And this song I've spoke on in the past on hip hop heavy hitters, tributes, and different artists. My son and I, Lord Lamont, salute, artists we have talked on, and or not talked on, but spoke on or spoke about. Brother DMX always come up on the hip hop list or R&B. And Sister Faith, who kind of sounds like Mary J. Blige. You know, I was just speaking on Mary J. Blige and Method Man. Salute for that song, All I Need. And another great soulful song. But this song I've been hearing was also on my playlist. And the great DMX. And got a summary breakdown on the brother DMX, and he's our inspiration today, brothers and sisters. And salute to my family, my children, those who just doing what one has to do and not giving in to the toxic parts of this world, you know, because it can be challenging to be in this human flesh. You know, I always say the human flesh is like a firewall. Either it will refine us or burn our ass up. So, man, be thankful we pay attention and learn from mistakes we have made decades ago or in the past or whatever it may be, because we're all on different journeys. Brother, sister, family, in the world, online. Always, man, keep a global perspective, especially within one's core, because that's important these days, the mental. And of course, I'm going to speak on that. And again, I have a summary on the brother DMX and Sister Faith, because this was a beautiful song. And a rest in peace and in power to my grandma and granddad, and rest in peace and in power to my great grandparents and granddad, which I am going to do a little researching, because to be honest, I really don't know much of one's ancestry, and I'm just curious, you know. And rest in peace and in power to my dad, and my aunt Vera, and others, and my cousin L'Oreal Lyrical. You know, y'all know I always talk about friend of the family, those in my family that are no longer with us, you know, those we held dear. You know, I always say, from my family to those who are listening, that we held dear, may they rest in peace and in power. You know, those who did everything they were supposed to do as far as being an upright human being in this great divine and mama nature world, because that's who rules overall. Yeah, so thank those for riding along. Y'all know I always have a positive intro, and I'll have a hip hop break, of course. And I want to get right to it. And DMX is our inspiration. I had to sing that at the beginning, and it sent goosebumps through one's body every time I hear this song, you know. And I just got to say, folks, from me to everybody, and even watching over myself, great divine, just watch over us, you know, wherever part of the world we're in right now, brothers and sisters. Mind, body, and soul. We need all three. And as I've said on some occasions, on some podcasts, one can't work without the other. And again, folks, remember, it's for me too. You know, I too have challenges, you know, because of what? That human body. The human flesh is no joke. You know, it's not about being this deep spiritual person and knower of all, but one better be in tune with their mind, body, and soul, especially the mental. Because as I said before, I say it again, where the mind goes, the body goes. And again, folks, that's for me. Always and forever keep a student spirit. And as we all know, the great DMX was a deep ass brother. He was deep, and there's many people like him. You know, he just one of many, brother or sister, that sometimes we come across that's just a deep warrior within, you know. And something that stuck with me, DMX said, that was so real. And I've done a couple podcasts on DMX. Matter of fact, I put one in the end screen. It's called Let the Fire Refine Us. And that it was the depiction of the video, that song, You don't know, we don't know, or is it they don't know who we be? That song, I did that, and he went in on that song. If you really pay attention to the verses, and but I'll put that in the end screen, and then in a discussion my son and I had, I'll pick one and put it in the end screen also. Lord Lamont, but I want to get into how deep Brother DMX is, and this is a message from the great DMX, man. I honor thy ancestors, far and near, those who fought so very hard to get many of us in the great divine space that we are in. And if you hear a little background, forgive me, because I'm in the city, so they're working on the street, but thank God they're a little further down, so you might hear a little background. But Brother EBXCARES was feeling this in one spirit. And welcome to another edition of EBX Discussion. And again, thank those that's been riding along. Remember, we're leaders and teachers with a student spirit. We ain't no damn followers. So I got something Erykah Badu said that I thought was very, very interesting. And as we know, Erykah Badu is definitely she's tapped into her inner spirit. I'm telling you, I understand Erykah Badu. People who are not on her level, well, quotation marks, don't understand her, but I understand Erykah Badu, and I like how she moved, and you just can't listen to narratives, and really get to know. That's why I like to go behind and research, much as one can, and go further into an individual and really learn some amazing things about our brothers and sisters, and maybe even family, and not always looking for something negative. Now, it's unfortunate if we run across that, but everyone has had some kind of struggle in their life. It just depends on if we change and learn from a struggle or a mistake, if we're able to, but if we got a good heart and we have, good intentions, and we just want right for ourselves and as much as we can for humanity and our culture, again, great divine, watch over us, great protection, man, as I always say, for ourselves and from ourselves. So we never ever what, folks, become our own worst enemy, because we always say protection, but most of that protection better be for ourselves, especially in this highly influential world we're living in. So that's why I say, great divine, watch over all of us globally, please, mind, body, and soul, because again, we need all three. One can't work without the other. It's impossible if one is healthy. Again, there's always challenges, things that are out of our control. I'm talking about normal human, healthy human beings that know better and aware of what they're doing. That's what I'm talking about, because it's a ripple effect. We can even go righteous ripple effect or the opposite. We know what the opposite is. So, we're born knowing right from wrong, but we learn. We all have different journeys and went through our challenges. But a lot of us have learned, and that's the beautiful part of life. When we do finally get it, so to speak, because, man, this world can be something else, That's why we have to stay on it. And again, folks, it's for me too. I have challenges and things that come at a brother, new level, new devil. And some I always reiterate, never underestimate the power of social media and or the media or the world in general. Know what it is, stay aware, but don't forget to have fun, enjoy. I always throw that in there, because we got to know we're human, don't let ourselves become zombies or robots, and just have fun and be ready for those aha moments, when we stay in a divine spirit, when we're not jumping off triggers. Life can be wonderful amidst some of the chaos, but when we're vigilant, we got that divine vigilance, fuck the devil. We stick to things that can help us, even through the so-called hard times, up times, down times. Stay with it, because the righteous in the present will always and forever benefit us in the future, brothers and sisters, real talk, and family. Worldwide, great divine, watch over us, please, I'm begging, and protect us in all areas, outside of us and our inner core, because that's what's most important of all. That divine relationship is the most important relationship, man, we'll ever have to master, because that's one relationship with ourselves. We better master. There is no negotiation with the mind, body, and soul at all, period. All right, so I'm gonna get back to Erykah Badu. It was something very powerful she said, and salute to the brothers, the real brothers and sisters out there whether in the world or social media land, that's giving information, because it's needed when we're paying attention. It's wonderful. It's beautiful to be in the circles of getting information, something that could benefit us for decades to come. You just never know. That's why it's good to keep real things and good, authentic things and things that can help us mind, body, and soul in our memory bank, because you never know when it'll come up, or a divine memory bank. Man, what we see, hear, and feel, man, it's wonderful when we're keeping ourselves as cleansed as possible. All right, so let's get to a summary of the great DMX. And don't just look powerful on the banner. Man, I seen this, it just took my breath away, and I feel the pain in this song. And baby, it's gonna be okay. How many of us have had grandparents or parents that has told us that? And sometimes in our moment, in our so-called dark times, or we're feeling sad or somewhat depressed, just hearing a parent or somebody in general, well, we speaking on a grandmother or uncle, or or a mom, or somebody just say it's gonna be okay. Sometimes just that can encourage us to keep moving and keep going in whatever area we may be having trouble in. So this song can inspire one. Anyone listening, go back and listen to this song. We feeling some kind of way, because we know DMX was a very deep, passionate brother. And he was vulnerable on his music, which some males need to learn today, being able to be vulnerable without thinking we're soft. All right, that's an insecurity thing, real talk. All right, so let's get to this summary of the brother DMX, because he is our inspiration on the banner. And stay strong, stay great. One spell breakers that listen and ride along, and listen to other great warriors that are out here spitting that truth and bringing joy and fun too, because we got warriors that bring fun and joy too. Yep. All right, so make sure we get that in our spirit, some fun and laugh, loosen up sometimes. And I had to learn that too. So all right, so let's go, leaders and teachers. Let's get into a summary of the great DMX and the beautiful singing Faith Evans. And again, it's been times where I thought Faith Evans was Mary J. Blige, because they do sound alike, so it's wonderful. All right, let's go. I Miss You by the great DMX, featuring Faith Evans, came about as a deeply personal tribute to DMX's late grandmother, Mary Ella Holloway, released on his 2001 album, The Great Depression. DMX was deep, man. The song showcases DMX's vulnerability as he directly addresses his grandmother and her impact on his life, while Faith Evans adds an emotional hook and a rendition of Amazing Grace. If I said that right, rendition. I never said that word. Rendition. Rendition. If I said that wrong, forgive me. Of Amazing Grace, because remember that part in there, Amazing Grace, how sweet I found. That it's just, man, the song was dope. It really was. I'm gonna read this other little small summary, key details. It'll say his grandmother's name again. Rest in peace and in power to DMX and or his grandmother. All right, and any one of us, our grandparents, great grandparents, etc., etc. May they rest in peace and in power. And grandfathers, grandmothers, grandfathers, parents, etc., etc. All right. Tribute to grandmother. The track is a raw, emotional tribute to, as I said, Mary Ella Holloway, who helped raise DMX, providing a glimpse into his personal life and grief. That's dope. Yeah. I always got to remember our ancestors, man. Real talk. I know I do. Yep. So, let's get into the next three summaries. Vulnerability. DMX is known for his intense, aggressive style, but his song showcases his softer side, featuring him discussing his pain, memories, and faith directly. Yep, and faith directly. Right. Yeah, because he was, there was no lying in DMX. He was one of them brothers. It bothered him if he didn't tell the truth. He just couldn't. His spirit just couldn't let him not be truthful. Collaboration. Faith Evans, the great sister queen Faith Evans, was chosen for the hook, providing a soulful. That word is. I just said that on that Mary J. Blige and Method Man song, All I Need. Soulful, beautiful, providing a soulful, melancholic, melancholic, melancholic. That's another word I never say. melancholic, melancholic sound that enhance the song reflective mood. Yep. All right. Let's see. The lyrics are focused on the pain of loss and the struggle to find comfort with DMX. Implicity, thanking his grandmother for her support in his early life. Man, implicity. Let me see. EXPLICITLY. Explicity. Explicity. If I said that right. Explicitly. Okay, explicitly. Excuse me. With DMX explicitly thanking his grandmother for her support in his early life. Yep, that's dope. So I had to break down a little bit, well, not a little bit, a lot of it about DMX's life, because he is our inspiration and he's on the banner. And I want to give a happy birthday to Maya Angelou, who as we know, is dope. And I think she passed away. If she passed away, I didn't look up anything on her current. I came across her photo. And if she's still alive, happy birthday. If she's not, rest in peace and in power. I'm not sure, so forgive me if I got that wrong. If I misquoted that, but happy birthday. As we know, Maya, the sister, the queen of righteousness, Maya Angelou, was powerful. So I had to speak on that. And DMX actually had a birthday a few weeks ago too. So rest in peace and in power, brother DMX. And again, don't it look powerful on this banner? That sunshine, man, it took my breath away when I saw that. I had to. It just sometimes something inspiration is just, man, being righteously motivated. It's the most beautiful thing in the world. You know, sometimes we can, like I always say, when Great Divine tells me to speak, I speak. When the Great Divine tells me to shut up, I shut up. Sometimes we just feel it, whether it's speaking or wanting to share something positive, whether it's music, it could be comedy, whatever skill we have that we wholeheartedly love, it would just drive us. It's like we almost have to share it, you know, because as my cousin said, L'Oreal Lyrical, rest in peace and in power, something she used to get on me about. She used to always tell me, Eric, gifts, you Great Divine, you know, give us gifts to share at some point. So, you know, it's nice to share what we feel inspired to the world. You know, humanity and their culture. It's a beautiful thing. Brother, sister, family in the world, online, you know, and give a global perspective. So salute and rest in peace and in power, brother DMX, for this beautiful banner here. He looking at the sun, you know. He's speaking to his grandma, his ancestors, you know. So honor thy ancestor, brother or sister, far and near. Again, they got so many of us in that great divine, wonderful foundation that we're standing on right now. And again, great divine, please watch over us globally, wherever we are right now, and protect us, mind, body, and soul. You know, as I said, one can't work without the other. We need all three, real talk. And if one thinks we don't, you're a damn fool. I'm telling you, one better have all pistons firing these days. So, brothers and sisters, I'm going to get to this hip hop break, and I got some more information, and I want to get back to, again, this is a inspiration from the great DMX. This is a message from DMX. You know, don't take life for granted. You know, appreciate what we have, whether we got a lot or a little. Appreciate we can see, we can hear, we can feel, we can walk, we can talk. You know, we got to appreciate these things that we take for granted, because some people can't see, some people can't talk, some people can't walk. You know, some people it's hard to breathe, you know, so that's why we get out in nature sometimes, and don't care where we are. We just stepping outside the house, look up in the sky, take a deep breath, take it all in and appreciate it, because there was always somebody that went to sleep for the last time. So that's why I don't fuck around. You know, again, I'm not perfect. I have challenges too, but you know, Great Divine spanks me. I listen when Great Divine spank me, get my ass on board, stay with it, because, you know, again, I got children and stuff, people I'm connected with, and, you know, some people that may depend on me, and that's all right. You know, that's a good thing, but I know who the righteous ones are. You know, our intuition gets like that. So worry, stress is the thing of the past. Stand on point, stand clear, and stand as righteous as we possibly can. Not thinking that it's this, we got to be this up. We do got to be somewhat. We got to be right, because that's how good things will come. But have is just stay within our soul, stay aware of ourselves. So and because if we got ourselves right, we can see more clear. That's the only way to see things to come and stay vigilant, is to have one's soul as clear as possible. Mind, body, and soul, that is. Again, we need all three, brothers and sisters. And I'm telling you, no matter how hard it is or how long it takes, once we finally see the results of keeping one's mental, mind, body, and soul cool, man, I'm telling you, we'll just start seeing things. And I'm telling you, we will start seeing Great Divine has been watching over us our whole life. Because again, how many of us have had divine moments we can't explain? Got us through an impossible moment or a near-death death situation. I've experienced that. I'm telling you, the story me and Lord Lamont was speaking on about Tracy Morgan. He was in a coma for 10 days. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, sometimes we've had brushes with death. We don't even know it. Great Divine just protected us, so that's why we got to be vigilant as we possibly can. In the world, online, etc. A global perspective, brothers and sisters, but the main perspective is in our soul. That's what we better have a master, and in control. Our mind, body, and soul. Again, one can't work without the other, folks. Man, we need all three. Yep, so I'm going to get to this hip-hop break. And I want to read something powerful that Erykah Badu said. And some information I heard from another brother that that drops jewels online. He showed a clip of something a sister said that was it is kind of right. It'll righteously anger you, and it also it's like, wow, one of those things that they don't tell in history type deal. So I'm gonna get to that when we get back to the tip hop break. But the first one, and I do got a couple summaries, and we're gonna get into our subconscious about Great Divine watching over us and how important and powerful and needed it is when we come back from the hip hop break. So let's get to it. And again, you might hear some outside interferences because they are outside working on the street, so forgive me that. But this was in my spirit, and the great DMX was just in my spirit to speak on this. And when I heard this song, it just, oh man, it touched my soul. DMX, man. And I've heard so many artists say he have everybody crying. The audience, even the artists that's on the tour with DMX, he had them crying too. That's what Method Man said. He said, man, he had me tearing up. That's how deep that brother was, man. Rest in peace and in power. The great DMX. And again, many historians and brothers and sisters and those who were powerful and was not playing with and was speaking that truth just like him. So, but we're speaking on DMX, and those who are current, because we got some generals that's current doing their thing too. So we got to acknowledge everyone that's standing up for truth, because it's easier said than done. It's not easy sometimes to stand up for truth. Real talk. But be thankful we're here. And I played this song before, but I'm playing it again because it's a reminder and inspiration from the great brother on the banner, the great King DMX. Message from him: stop tearing each other down and encourage each other to stop taking life for granted. That's not from me. That's from the spirit of DMX. Be back after this. Be thankful for we're here, folks. For one, be thankful. Be thankful of the small things. Real talk. I find myself doing that. So I'm going to share that with the spell breakers all over the world. All right. We're here. Be thankful. Yeah. For my generals, family, brothers and sisters that had fought so very hard, as well as our ancestors, to get to a foundation. You know what? Be thankful that we're here. Yeah. We got no time for fear. To my family, wipe away them tears. Yeah. Be thankful that we're here. Brothers and sisters, we got no time for fear. No. Just wipe away them tears. Brothers and sisters, be thankful that we're here. Yeah. And to my family, got no time for fear. we're here. I'm do what I got to do, and I'ma make it through. And you teach me, and I teach you. Want us to win and never ever lose. To have a clue and do what we gotta do. And know we never drop in this life, we never stop. Got that good energy through this here hip hop. Ain't no entity ever gonna stop the E. But I'ma be a beast righteously. I'ma teach us all to stay free. Man, that foundation, yeah, changing every generation, yeah. With this talking, brothers and sisters, good conversation, yeah. No debate. If it's toxic, man, get out the way, yeah. Staying on this journey, listen to what that divine say. Woo! Yeah. Be thankful that we're here. Yeah. Yeah. Man, we got no time for fear. No. Brothers and sisters, just wipe away them tears. Yeah. And my family, be thankful that we're here. Yeah. Yeah. We got no time for fear. No. Brothers and sisters, just thankful that we're here. Here. To my family, just wipe away them tears. Yeah. Yeah. Be thankful that we're here. On fire, it's that divine I admire, and I want to lift us up, man, so dang higher, never low. Yeah, my family and my sisters and my bros gotta be clear and on point, staying on our toes. Gotta watch things around us, staying focused in this life. Stay with in these relationships and righteous with our wife and our husbands and our sisters and our bros. Stay on the go. Gotta be knowledgeable and righteous on our toes. So, be thankful that we're here. We got no time for fear. No. And my family, wipe away them tears. Be thankful that we're here. Yeah. Yeah. We got no time for fear. Brothers and sisters, just wipe away them tears. Wipe them away. Be thankful that we're here. And to my family, we got no time for fear. No, no. Man, just wipe away them tears. Just wipe away them tears. Man, be thankful that we're here. Yeah, yeah. We got no time for fear. No, we got no time for fear. Man, be thankful that we're here. Real talk, I mean that shit, man. People out here doing petty stuff and plotting and great divine just sitting back, and Mama Nature just sitting back like, look at this fool, just have no idea, you know, because in my theory, great divine has known us since birth, known us the challenges, but also know the great things that some of us have learned from. It's just unfortunate. Some learn, some don't, you know, but what's another message from the great DMX on the banner here, and that great divine: stop hurting each other, brothers and sisters. And again, forgive me for the background noise, but I had to get this message in. I was feeling it in one spirit, and when we feel that divine spirit, we gotta flow with it, brother, sister, family, spell breakers. So stop hurting each other, please. Be back after this. Let go. Wake up music. Salute. Rest in peace and in power. Lawyer Lyrical. My cuz. Salute to Lord Lamont. Got to. Yeah. Got to love one another. Stop hurting each other. My sister and my brother. Got to love one another. Keep moving on, as I say on every song. Keep on doing these things to make us strong. Man, we can't keep doing the same thing. Making sure that we don't go insane. Gotta do smart stuff in our body in this life. Making sure that we keep a good brain. Yeah. I always keep my family in me while I own these beats. And making sure, yeah, I pave through the storm. Making sure that our life is sweet. I make it for you. We can't lose. Gotta see clear, never be confused. Yeah, we can have good things. Yeah, for my sisters, family, and my dudes. We got to love one another. Stop hurting each other. My sister and my brother. might have been through it too. That's why I'm here and I'm a different dude. Yeah, I'm still here, I'm around. That's why I got this positive sound. Never be stopped, cause I always rock. Cause I love the bottom, I don't see the top. I stay bouncing in one's mind. They don't care if I'm hot. I show that love, yeah, a lot. I love this thing that they call hip hop. Keep pushing through, try my best, man, to have good news. I love my family all in my soul. I will stay grounded, sisters and bro. Can't hurt me, don't hurt each other, yeah, and stay bold. Stop hurting one another and learn to love each other. My sister and my brother, and learn to love one another. Let go, let go, let go. Stop hurting each other. Let go, let go, let go. My sister and my brother, learn to love one another. Discover something great in each other. Real talk, man. Real talk, brothers and sisters. Learn to love one another. Man, all day, every day. I love that song. I be feeling that. I literally had goosebumps just then. That's how much I love music. Remember, all types of genres, but especially hip hop, R&B. But as I said before, say it again. Hip hop is one's first love, you know. But a lot of elements and tools go into hip hop. As I said, sad, mad, aggression, happy, funny, you know, truth, things that make you think, you know. So it's good to know the elements and really understand and understand hip hop, you know, so because it's more meaningful and just music in general, you know, understanding it, you know, golden school, new school, you know, even though we don't understand some of our new generation and things they do. But one thing I have learned, of course, we want to guide our youth and get them in the right direction. But at the same time, we got to kind of let them experience their own journey. But it have to be righteous. It have to be righteous somewhere in there. I mean, again, I don't know what one thinks, that they're not paying attention to what they do, and if you want to stay corrupt, and you're not going to get anywhere. But to each his own. But again, I don't care. I mean, it's not about being this perfect human being again, but just some wonderful things come about when one is just true and right in their soul. I just don't know no other way to put it, you know. Yep, because I always say life is like a full circle. So whatever we putting out, and we hear this a lot, it will always and forever come back. So whether it's good or bad, so whatever your core is, you know, that's what will come back. All right, so let's get back into it. Leaders and teachers with a student spirit. And again, this is an inspiration from the great DMX and sister Faith Evans, because the great, another iconic collaboration. And the song was deep. I love it. You know, baby, it's gonna be okay. Man, I love it. And then DMX voice just top it off.
She used to tell me that
voice, man, and just that power. You can just hear the power in his voice, whether he's speaking or rapping. Real talk, either way. Yep. So again, rest in peace and in power, great DMX. The body may later rest, but the spirit lives on through us, as many of our great historians and ancestors that came before us, far and near. But again, salute to the generals who are current and alive today, because we got to acknowledge them too. We got some warriors in this time. All right. So let's get into it, leaders and teachers. First, I'm going to stop on what Erykah Badu said, and then I want to speak on what this sister said about the chapters of history that's missing about slavery, because they try to get away from slavery, but those who are clinging to that truth, we're going to bring it right on back. So, and I'm one of them. So let's go. Let's stop on Erykah Badu. I got some summaries of divine watching over us. I want to get that in our subconscious. It's a little protection for us. All right, but let's stop at Erykah Badu, what she said. She said 85% of the planet are followers. And she said 10% of the planet are creators and leaders. And she said 5% are observers. And she was saying the observers are usually, or let me see if I can remember how she put it. She said the creators and the leaders and the observers are the ones who are looked at as crazy or conspiracy theorists, or, you know, are disregarded and looked down upon, and, you know, stuff like that. It was just great. You had to listen to everything she said, but that was part of it. I thought that was unique how she broke that down 100%. She broke it down in percentages. Again, she said 85% of the planet are followers, 10% are creators and leaders, and 5% are observers. So I asked myself and ask yourself, which percentage are you? Are you the 85%? Are you a part of the 85% followers? Or are you a part of the 10% creators and leaders? Or are you a part of the 5% observers? I would say those who are standing firm for truth, whether brother, sister, or family. And myself, as I'm not trying to put myself on a pedestal, but I'm telling you, I can say this is how we can evaluate ourselves. Well, I'll say me, because I don't want to, like, I'm trying to speak for everybody, but I would say advice on evaluating ourselves. Where were we, let's say 15 years from now? Where were we? And look at ourselves then and now. If you are better now than you were, I would say we are in there for 10% and the 5%. I would say I'm in the 10%, the creating and the leading, but within ourselves. We have to be in the, a leader within our core, not just getting on the podium or leading people. We have to be a leader ourselves and teaching others to become leaders themselves. That's something I had to learn. And I think many of us are in the 10%, the creators and leaders, and the 5% of observers, because you have to observe. That's how we learn, especially ourselves. Again, folks, mind, body, and soul. We need what? All three. One can't work without the other. So thank you, Sister Erykah Badu, which is a powerful sister. People say she weird and crazy. No, that's just a sister that's in tune to her Nefertiti energy. That's what that is. People are scared of that. Just like his brothers out here that's tapped into their Pharaoh energy, whether they know it or not. That's where some of it stems from. See, if we stay intact with our history and our ancestors, we can embrace that power even more, but in a righteous way, because we already know what's going to happen if we wield it in a manipulative way or evil way. It's going to come back and bite you on the ass. There's no way around that. That's just the principles of that great divine and Mama Nature. I didn't come up with that. That's just how it is. So, and we've seen, whether it's in our personal lives or in the world, a celebrity, a politician, whatever, we've seen what happens to those who are evil. So there's really not a debate, All right. To each is his own. But thank for Erykah Badu. That was deep to me. Okay, now another message that a sister said, and this is something I saw. This is not nothing I'm coming up with on my own. This is something I seen another brother post, and even he posted it from what a sister said. She said chapters of history that's missing. Okay, now she talked about the ships that brought slaves over to America. Let's go. Remember, again, this is not something I came up with. This is something someone else said, a sister actually, and I salute to her and the brother that posted the clip of her. All right, because he don't even speak. He just say, watch this. And he don't even say nothing. He let her speak. So that's wonderful. All right, so let's go. So this is the beautiful thing about being in righteous circles and coming across righteous knowledge, and what we're seeking in the core of our soul, what will come back. And these are the type of things that will come to us, as we know. Salute to my generals that are getting knowledge that can benefit us in our mind, body, and soul. All right. Great divine, watch over us, please, and protect us. All right. This is what this sister said. And she was speaking on how they always speaking on the Mayflower and the Titanic and all these other ships that are quotation marks, so-called important, but they never talk about the ships that brought slaves over to America. And I thought that was intriguing. This is what she said. Over 12,000 ships carried 12.5 million Africans to America. That's overwhelming. And she goes on to say she doesn't even, it's not even in history books, the names of these ships. But one of them ships was called Jesus, because I remember looking that up. That's actually, I got a picture of it. One of them slave ships was named Jesus, real talk. And a lot of those names in the Bible, I think, if not all, I have to do a little fact checking, but if not all, some of the names in the Bible were also names of some of those ships. But that's not in the history books or history period, or they hidden it. But this is what she said. She said the names of these ships are not mentioned in chapters of history, which is true, facts. But they always mention the Mayflower and the Titanic and other ships that are so-called important, quotation marks. And I thought that was intriguing. I was like, wow. So, okay, this is something else she said. She said 1.8 million of Africans died just crossing over, just transitioning into America. Not to mention those who were slaughtered when they got to America. You know what I'm saying? So they slaughtered the 1.8 million Africans died and just in the crossing from Africa to America. So ponder that. At 1.8 million people. That's evil. That's a lot. And it really is. So plus slaughtered those who entered America. Like when they got to America, they slaughtered even more. That's crazy, man. And that's evil as hell. And that's parts of chapters of history that are missing. And again, that's not from me. That's what another sister said. And I'm telling you, man. But I'm telling you, righteous knowledge is power, not just knowledge, because it has to be righteous knowledge and something beneficial for our mind, body, and soul. Because this is something else I had to learn. We can't become so spiritual that we become spiritually stupid. Our body has to be healthy too. I had to learn that. You know, our body has to be healthy to carry out things that Great Divine and Mama Nature has for us. You know, whether it's just, you know, being an upright human being, period, or we are giving to humanity and our culture, or just for ourselves. We should be wanting to be healthy anyway. We shouldn't need a reason to be healthy. That should be automatic thought. Real talk. So, because I will say, in the past week or a couple weeks or so, 2 individuals I know had heart attacks, you know, and they both work at the job I work at. And that really made me think. It really did. I started reevaluating things I do, you know, and cutting back on stuff. I got this saying I'll call it no lust, no fuss. And I always say less is best. That's just a saying that I always say to myself. So maybe I can share that to those who are listening. No lust, no fuss. And remember, many things can tie to lust. We already know sex, money, attention, etc., etc. But, you know, I always say no lust, no fuss. That's my thing. Less is best, whatever that is. So, you know, because, again, we're all on different journeys, you know. So even if we're, you know, because, of course, we say, you know, we don't want to be, because even if we're slim, you know, I'm speaking on maybe a person that's heavy or slim. Even if we're slim and we're not heavy, we still can have health conditions. You know, just because a person is skinny don't mean they can't have problems. So that's what I'm saying. You know, we can't get like that. So, and that's for me too. You know, and it just, so again, I know 2 individuals that literally just had 2 heart attacks. Well, both of them had 2 people had heart attacks in 1 week. That blew me away. And my son and I, Lord Lamont, we was literally, the last podcast me and him did, it was a tribute to Tracy Morgan, who was in a coma for 10 days, as I said. And we were speaking on John Witherspoon, the father from Friday. That's what he transitioned from, a heart attack. So, and that's crazy how we was literally just speaking on that. And I take that as a sign, because I always say pay attention to signs, synchronicities, and dreams. You know, sometimes we just think things are random. Like I said in the beginning of the podcast, how many of us have had divine moments that we can't explain, that helped us, that propelled us, or protected us, you know? So that's our evidence that there's a force out there that watches over us. So, yep. So I'm gonna get to some, and again, salute to that sister. The message I just read about the slavery thing, just a little bit of information. Again, that's something I came across and some I didn't know or think about. And salute to Erykah Badu for that breakdown of the percentages, people perspective, the planet perspective she had. I like how she broke that down. I even wrote it down. I got to keep that. So salute to Erykah Badu for being who she want to be and not what everybody else thinks she's want to be. So people will misunderstand you. Oh, let them misunderstand. You know, long as you're righteous and we're not hurting ourselves or hurting no one else, keep on marching on as generals do. Like the brother DMX did on his banner. Again, it looked beautiful. He looking to that sunshine and the thumbnail. I had to get this. You know, I had to speak on, brother. I had to draw that energy from this deep brother, King, on the banner. Black King, that is, you know. So perfect image of brother DMX. Rest in peace and in power. He's our messenger and our inspiration today. All right, so I'm going to get to some summary breakdowns on get in our subconscious. So Great Divine can watch over us in our inner core, because that's where the battles are. That's where the most hardest battles are fought. I say this all the time. Our psyche, that's the first battleground one has to conquer before we even get to the outside. I always say we got to conquer that human flesh before we even get to the spiritual. Real talk. Because again, the human body, the human flesh, man, whoo-wee. If you don't have mastery of one's soul, mind, and body, the mental ain't no joke. It isn't. It's not nothing to make light of. Because it's people that take themselves out, people lose their minds, and it's a ripple effect. It affects others. So that's why one has to be in control of their mind, body, and soul. And again, folks, it's me too. All right, let's go. Introduction into Great Divine watching over us. Let's go. When Great Divine watch over us, it signifies a state of constant, sleepless protection, even when we don't even know it, like I said, and loving, but fierce loving, hard love, guidance, where Great Divine grace serves as a shield against harm and a comforting presence, but also within our core. Remember, that's I always say, the enemy within. We got to know what the enemy within is. Got to pinpoint it. There's no joking or playing about stuff like that, Yep, got to get our mind, body, and soul right. Got to stay on it. And it's an everyday thing. It's a practice. Yep. Got to minimalize, again, social media, what we see, hear, and feel. It all plays a part. Always get those moments to ourselves and reason. As we hear, the most philosophers will say, get into that core, meditate. Take it serious. Do breathing exercises. Take it serious. Really live, get a good breath of life. Live life. It's wonderful when we do that. That's why getting out in nature can help us tap into that spiritual world, and looking up divine things and exploring and researching, listen to those who have blazed through fires and inspire us, brother, sister, family. All right. Key aspects of being under the Great Divine watch. Okay. Slumbers of sleeps providing constant protection over our daily coming and going. That's why I say daily. It's a daily practice. Meditation and or deep prayer is a daily practice. It's not something we do because I always say, thank that great divine, thank that great divine, all day, every day. If I don't do it when I first wake up, at some point in the day, I say it, even if nothing is, and I just do it just because. Don't wait till something, don't just wait till something bad happen. We got to have them defenses ready. When we stay ready, we don't have to get ready. Real talk. In whatever area that is, whether it's a health condition, a mental condition, or something physical, wherever that challenge is, pinpoint it, brothers and sisters, but especially in that core, the psyche. All right. Active protection. Great Divine actively guards, guides, and protects in all aspects of our life, as I was kind of just speaking on, defending against both seen and unseen dangers. But we have to be in a space to know that we're being protected, and also don't put ourselves in wrong situations or dangerous situations. We have intuition. Everyone gets that gut feeling. If we're able, I would say, if I had to do a percentage, but we all know, most of us have experienced the woulda, coulda, shoulda syndrome. So that's what we got to draw from. All we got to do a little introspection. It never hurts. Think of those moments where we was getting ready to make a wrong choice, but we didn't, and we got to keep doing that. That's how we'll get more powerful within ourselves, and our vigilance will open up. It'll become more wider, more clear, because nothing is more beautiful than seeing clear into one's soul in life, and knowing who we are, and we teaching others, and whether it's young general or adult, it's just wonderful. And again, it's a ripple effect. But let's make it a righteous ripple effect, because we all gonna get old one day, so to each is his own. All right, again, active protection. Great Divine actively guards, guides, and protects in all aspects of life, defending against both seen and unseen dangers. Again, protect us. We don't even know we're being protected. And that's the kids in the background. Again, I stay across you from the school. I like that sound. I always said hearing children play is the same frequency as nature. All right. So a lot of noise out there today, but I was feeling it in my divine soul, as many of us do. Salute. That's why we got all these generals out here speaking this truth. They feel it in their soul. All right. Let's go on to the next one. Constant presence. The divine watch is not limited to specific moments or locations, but is a perpetual unwavering watch over our lives. Again, when we're up, we're down, we're sad, mad, even when we think nothing is going right, it's even watching us then. Because sometimes Great Divine or Mother Nature too now is testing us, because again, I said so many times, the best connection is that secret connection to that Great Divine, because that's when it works on us, when no one else sees, because when you develop yourself away from everything and you get yourself right, man, nothing can mess with you on the outside. When you've conquered, when you blaze through fires and you've conquered impossible things, man, I'm telling you, what could stop you? But it takes practice, it takes staying aware, it takes staying on it. And again, knowing the power and the influence of the social media and or media. Never, don't underestimate it now, so stay with it. And we make a mistake, be honest about it. But when one is righteous in their soul, it's less mistakes, less stress, no stress at all. Because we can't see shit clogged up in our mind, body, or soul. We got to be vigilant, because we as humans, we don't know what's coming down the road. But as I always say, folks, the great divine and Mama Nature always knows. So that's why we cling to the two most powerful forces we'll ever experience in this life. Again, Great Divine and Mama Nature. So that was what was in my spirit. And again, I thank Brother DMX for the power and the impact he left, because he went out swinging. You know what I'm saying? He was a deep brother. And I thank him for sharing his vulnerable side, to the world, And I thank his grandmother, because she raised him right. I'm glad she instilled some good things in him. And many of us have grandparents or great-grandparents or parents that has instilled some great things in us that made us who we are today. So be thankful if we are standing on a firm foundation, You know why? Because that Great Divine watched over us, and has been watching over us when we didn't even know Great Divine was watching over us. So that's something I had in my spirit. Thank those for coming in to another edition of EBX Discussion. And stay strong, stay vigilant, have fun when we can, and have joy. But stand on business when it's time to. And look for another father and son discussion Saturday. And again, I think Lord Lamont and myself, we're going to speak on some Indian ancestry, because on his mother's side, his mom got a little Indian in her DNA, and we got to research, and he had a dream about an Indian ancestor came and visited him. So we're gonna go a little deeper into that, and I'm telling you, that unknown spiritual world is beautiful, and I'm talking about a righteous, unknown spiritual world. It's beautiful when we step into it, as long as it's divinely and it's not hurting ourselves and hurting no one else, brothers and sisters. So stay strong, stay vigilant, and stay the spell breakers. We are. Remember, keep on teaching and strengthening our mind, body, and soul. We need all three, brothers and sisters. Again, one can't work without the other. And I'm telling you, we stay in a righteous space and, and know our position and don't hurt nobody, and stay strong and stay searching and learning and be the kings and queens that Great Divine call us to be. I'm telling you, we stay righteous, and Great Divine will watch over us. I guarantee. Salute. And thank you, DMX and Faith Evans, for this song. Thank you, DMX. Rest in peace and in power.
Thank you.